Hey, welcome or welcome back. It is, as always, good to see you today. It is Wednesday morning, about a quarter after 6, almost 6:20, and I have a meeting at 7, so I need to get this done quick. I won't get it edited this morning, but I'll get it edited a bit later. Um, but we do have results. The results are in.
And the Oscar goes to
Amberlynn Reed.
No, not those results, but we do have CT scan results, apparently. So, um, and then let's see here. The video was uploaded yesterday, titled "My CT Scan Results: Ozempic Semaglutide Update and Appreciating Life," and it's going to be a vlog. And she's looking all sad and melancholy in her thumbnail here, which could allude to not great results in her scan, which could be clickbait, sort of, along with the appreciating life. Who knows? But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, if you are new here, welcome. And I do speed Amberlynn up to 1.25 speed because she does speak a little slowly. So, being said, let's see what's going on.
Hello you guys, welcome to a new vlog. So we are starting off with my CT scan results, and
Well, we are jumping right into it.
kind of want to go through how I found out. I woke up today with no call from my doctor, and I do have like this portal thing going through the imaging center that I went to get the CT scan. They said that the results might be on there even before my doctor calls me, so I was like, okay, like I woke up and I immediately...
They usually are. So if they use Epic, which is kind of the same thing, you might have remembered she mentioned my chart whenever she had her cancer a few years ago. That's the same system that some of the hospitals here use. And as soon as your results are ready, they're uploaded into that system, so you can go see them. And then your doctor's going to get them, and then they might put in notes or call you or something. So the results are going to be in there before she even gets to talk to her doctor. Like, I had blood work done yesterday morning to check my vitamin D level, and the results were put in like 3 hours later. I haven't heard from my doctor or the nurse practitioner yet, but I was able to go look at the results myself to see where my vitamin D levels were. So, yeah, she would be able to go look at these herself before the doctor even calls her. Something in my eye.
was like, let me check that. Well, I saw the results, and I got to see the results of like each one of my organs. It showed that I have a hernia, which I've known that. I actually got it from getting a full hysterectomy, a 21-inch incision. So yeah, they said that that might happen to me, and it did. So
I also have a hernia. I think mine happened after my gallbladder surgery. Um, and I was talking to my nurse practitioner actually last week at an appointment, and mine's considered a cosmetic hernia, so like insurance wouldn't actually go fix mine, and hers could possibly be the same way. I don't know what type hers is. Um, so a doctor would not be able to get mine paid for by insurance unless it were starting to cause other issues. So Amberlynn's hernia, I know people have asked, why don't you just go get it fixed? Oftentimes hernias won't really cause you any issues. Mine just, there's like a bump in my abdomen that you can see where the hernia is, and Amberlynn's may be the same.
I knew I had that, but that was in the results. And then something else I knew that I had is I have a benign tumor on my adrenal gland, which is actually pretty common. I've known about this for years, so I knew that. But the big thing that I was looking for was, what does it say about my bladder? Because I was very scared that my cancer did come back, and I was scared that it came in the form of bladder cancer. That is what I have been just like dying about on the inside, for the lack of a better term, just constant anxiety and intrusive thoughts and just like tons of fear. But there's nothing on my bladder, there's nothing in my bladder. The results said I have a remarkable, as I call it, remarkable bladder. That's just like the technical.
If it were remarkable, it would have issues. I think you mean unremarkable. Meaning, it's a bladder. Nothing special about it.
They use. So I literally was worrying for nothing. So then I kept going through, and I was like, okay, well, it has to be something.
Well, what's it say about the kidneys? What else does it say?
Well, so it turns out that I have a 6 millimeter kidney stone in my kidney. It's non.
That's a pretty big kidney stone, and she may have to pass that soon.
Obstructable. And then I immediately Googled it, and it says that you can have blood in your urine from having this. And I was like, oh my God. And just instantly, I just felt so relieved. And I was like, okay, I'm going to call my doctor because I'm reading these results. I see them. I know how to comprehend them. But I would like my doctor to talk to me about
Do ya? I find that pretty unremarkable.
them. So when I called, the nurse said that my doctor didn't see anything on there to be alarmed about and everything looked fine and that I should still go to the urologist. But I mentioned to the nurse that it does say that I have a 6 millimeter kidney stone. And I was wondering, like, is that what is causing my symptoms? So she's like, oh, okay, hold on, I'll ask him. She went and asked him, and he said that, yeah, that's probably what is causing it, but still see the urologist, especially because that kidney stone is kind of big. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what they're gonna want me to do with that. But the issue is I called, and since I'm a new patient, appointment isn't until November. So that's pretty far from now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like I should like ask to be referred to somewhere else that could see me sooner, or like what I should do. I'm kind of like in a conflicting area right now. But ultimately, I just feel kind of stupid for feeling so scared that something.
I would not say that she should feel stupid for that. I mean, she's had a hysterectomy. There should be no reason to have blood in her urine. So having blood in your urine after you've had cancer could be a very, very concerning issue. As far as far as the kidney stones, one of my coworkers gets kidney stones all the time. Now he is a dude, so passing kidney stones for him is going to be a lot different than for a female. And when they get above, I want to say like 3 millimeters or 4 millimeters, they will go in and break his kidney stones up with a laser to make them easier to pass. So I don't know for women what the case is on how big they need to be, um, or if this one's just going to chill there in her kidneys and she has a little friend, she has a little kidney stone that maybe she can name Dwayne and it's just going to chill there. But yeah, I don't think she should feel stupid. Now, what I will say is she's made us wait like 3 days or 2 days, whenever her last video was uploaded, to have these results. She got her results like the next day, which would have been, I believe, before she uploaded the last video. She could have came on at the end of that video and been like, hey guys, I got my results. There's nothing to worry about, and given us this information here at the end of that video. Because people that really care about Amberlynn, that are big fans of her, would have been probably concerned as well. So I would say that she's been stretching this out unnecessarily, but, it is what it is.
Worse was wrong with me. Like a kidney stone isn't a good thing, but it's very common. I've had them before, and it's much better than the alternative. I just feel bad because I have worried a lot of you. A lot of you have reached out to me and been so sweet and so kind and so supportive, and it like makes me emotional, and I just appreciate so many of you. You guys have no idea like the good vibes and thoughts, and I know that I don't believe in God, as I am agnostic, but so many of you have prayed for me, and in my opinion, that's just another version of sending out positive thoughts. So all the positive thoughts, all the positive vibes, I have felt them so much recently, and I just appreciate you guys so much.
So on that, I know, like I said last time, she is a vlogger. She has just been sharing what she's been going through and feeling and thinking. But if she didn't want to worry her audience, the last 2 videos where she's been mentioning all of this, she could have not mentioned anything. She could have had the one where she's like, hey, I was supposed to have my CT scan, I didn't. Once I have my scan and let you guys know, or once I have the scan and get the results, I'll let you all know. And then just not mentioned it for a few videos, because like the last 4 videos have had very large chunks dedicated to this concern of hers. And like I did say in my last video, I personally would not consider her clickbaiting cancer. A lot of people in my comments are considering her clickbaiting. I would just consider her clickbaiting the CT scan results, which has kind of been a common theme in the last like 4 or so videos. So she could have came on the last video at the end and been like, hey guys, I got my results. I don't want you guys to worry any longer. Here's what it is.
And I really hope that it is just this massive kidney stone that is causing these issues. And from the looks of it, it is. I'm just really glad that I've chosen to quit smoking. I have chosen to drink nothing but water. Yeah, I had a small icy at the movie theater like recently, like over a week ago, but it's like I'm not going to be perfect, but like I no longer drink soda and I am making better changes to my life every single day. And
So from what I understand about kidney stones, because my sister had a friend that started getting kidney stones, they don't really know what causes them because so many different people with so many different lifestyles get kidney stones. So drinking soda for Amberlynn could be what's causing it, but I find it unlikely. Like my coworker, my teammate that I'll see on Friday, actually tomorrow, that gets kidney stones. His is genetic. His dad got kidney stones horribly until he turned 50. So, yeah, from what I understand, and I'll put a blurb up here if I Google anything, but from what I remember, they don't really know what causes people to constantly get kidney stones or to get kidney stones. It could be a variety of things. And for everybody, it seems to be different. So, I don't know if soda it would be Amberlynn's issue.
wow, I just feel super relieved. And it's like, I just love life. I love life so much, and life is beautiful. It can be hard, but it's like worth it. And like I said, I thought I was going towards doom.
I gotta sing the doom song now. Doom, 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 doom.
I thought it was my end. During my whole uterine cancer journey, I completely disassociated. It's almost as if it didn't even happen to me as a person. So I feel like that's why like so many people when they're like, Amberlynn, wasn't that your rock bottom? Like what happened truly? Honestly, it's because I disassociated the whole time. I felt unreal. I felt like I was in dreamland, more so a nightmare, but it just didn't feel like it was happening to me. And during
I think, for that, I'll say when people say things like, oh, why is she reacting that way? Why is she doing that way? Why would she do that? People do this a lot for like true crime stuff. Like, oh, a normal person wouldn't react that way. A normal person wouldn't. Everybody's going to react differently. Some people are neurodivergent. I don't believe Amberlynn is, but she does have ADHD. And people react to things differently. So with Amberlynn saying that she disassociated, I'm sure a lot of people, when they get a cancer diagnosis, just shut down, just go numb, and just and some may have more emotional reactions throughout the whole process. So I'm not going to judge somebody, especially Amberlynn, for how they might react to something because everybody deals with things differently and everybody has different emotions. Um, so to say, oh, that's not normal, it's everybody has their own normal. Some things might not be appropriate reactions, like to laugh at something horrible or something, right? But um, it's I wouldn't judge Amberlynn for how she lived her life or reacted or dealt with her cancer.
this whole thing of me being really scared that my cancer did come back, I had moments where I did disassociate, but for the most part, I have felt every fear. I have felt so scared, and I have gone through so much regret and just like thinking back to like everything.
What regrets would those be, Amberlynn? Would some of those regrets be not losing the weight that probably contributed to your cancer diagnosis? Not making the lifestyle changes in the last your cancer was in what, 20 or 2019? Um not not making these changes in the last 4.5 years, 5 years?
Should have done after being diagnosed with cancer. And I was like, fuck, I might have really fucked up. It's like just feeling all those things and having this scare, like it just really puts things into perspective for me. And I just want to continue making positive choices in my life. I'm not the beacon of health. I have health problems. I'm 33.
You have to start making the right choices before you can continue making the right choices. Now, the right choices, I don't like that use of that term, but making positive changes to get healthier, to get below 500, 400 pounds to get, a bit healthier so her body has less strain on it, would be the good choices to be making.
Old, and every day I just get older. I don't want to continue looking back saying,
Isn't that
I
the
should have
truth?
done that. I should have changed then. So there's really only one thing I can do moving forward, and that is just be better. So I'm going to bingo with my mom, and instead of getting a large Diet Coke as much as I want to, I'm going to get a water. There's tons of water options. I'm like,
If you want something other than plain water, you can always get something like a zero sugar Gatorade or Powerade, or one of the flavored waters, or a sparkling water, if you don't want just plain water.
which one do I
She has those Mio things she used to buy all the fucking time.
want? All right, I think I'm going to get this guy right here. Pure water. There's this store next to the bingo place, and my mom's looking at it through the window because it's closed.
Aww.
Someone made their cat out of rocks, and it says, "My cat rocks." Get it?
Yes, we get it.
So
Get
I'm
that free
currently outside
space.
with Twinkie, but I just want to let you know that I won a bingo 3 times. I literally have no idea how it happened, but it did. Sometimes
Wow, Miss Amberlynn over here. It's her lucky day at bingo.
I get lucky and I'll win multiple times a night, but then I won't win for months. It doesn't make sense. So I want to give just a little bit of an update on semaglutide and how I'm doing on it. So tomorrow is actually going to be my 3rd shot, and so far it's doing the job. But I also, like I've said, I've been sober, so I no longer have those like munchies bothering me every single day and night. But I've noticed since being sober and also taking semaglutide, I'm able to have things like this. You guys saw me when I hauled this. They are sour cream and onion corn puffs, and I love them. They're so good. But I'm able to enjoy a few and then move on with my day. Food is not like consuming my mind anymore. Like I no longer have like food noise. No, things aren't perfect. I would say Wednesday I was the hungriest. I don't really know what that was.
The hungriest. I will say about that, I have read that people do have that experience with it while they're on the semaglutide. They don't have the food noise. They're not always thinking about food. But for that, I would say to Amberlynn,
Stop it. Get some help.
are you going to be on semaglutide forever? Because if she starts having these gallbladder issues again, she's going to have to stop taking it. So what is she doing while she's on the medication to work on the mental aspect of her issues? She's not doing a damn thing. She really needs to get with a therapist. Because, yeah, that food noise and all those issues might not be there right now, but if she stops taking this, it's all going to come right back, and she's not going to know how to deal with it again, and it's just going to come right back. So she needs to still be working on all of these mental issues. She cannot rely on this medication to fix her or to do these things for her or to make all these things better. She has to do those things herself, and she's not doing it. So she really, really needs to get back with therapists to work on, well, first of all, her mental health with these disorders she's been diagnosed with, but also her mental issues with food that she still has not been able to work through.
About it wasn't like physical hunger, it was a lot of like head hunger. So the food noise does disappear. Sometimes it sneaks its little head in there, but thankfully like I get fuller faster now. It's just I feel great. Honestly, I feel great. Like this is the very same bag that I hauled, and if it wasn't for the semaglutide, if it wasn't for me being sober, this bag would have been gone like night 2. It's just like little
Again, it's not because of anything you've done yourself to work on yourself. It's just because of the medication and because you're not vaping the THC. What are you doing to work on yourself?
changes like that. I'm just like, okay, I'm feeling good. Cold water. I slept on it for a long time. All right, you guys, so it is that time where it's the end of my vlog. So we're gonna do some questions of the day. If you're not hungry, then why are you eating, girl? I can't. So I think they're talking about this clip. All right, you guys, I currently have some chicken in the air fryer, and now I'm just gonna come up with some concoction to go on the side. I'm currently not really hungry, so I was told though that I do need to eat. So I haven't ate all day. I've been awake for...
Haven't eaten, I've already said this. I'll say that also my dietitian, even if I'm not hungry in the morning, she wants me to eat breakfast. So, sometimes it's good to eat to get your body going with the metabolism and the hunger cues.
Hours, at least like 6 hours. So when you're on semaglutide, sometimes you literally are not hungry. You have to like force yourself to eat. And I was told by the person who prescribes me semaglutide that I need to eat. I need to get in my protein. I need to get in my veggies. I know that I am over 400 pounds, but there are nutrients that I do need in my body. Would the Ozempic be worsening whatever was happening with your health before you started taking it? No, there has been no correlation whatsoever. Are we not going to talk about the fact that the camera for weigh-ins is always in the same spot every time? Yes, that's because I put my camera in the same spot every single time. Who is
I mean, there's probably only so many places she can put it there in the bathroom, but she probably has her scale in the same spot and just places her camera down on the counter in the same spot. You'll see shifting in like where the ceiling light is, so I mean it does slightly change, but yeah.
Valentine? Valentine is my girlfriend. Is it true that you just had precancerous cells and not actually cancer? I was diagnosed with actual cancer. The technical term for it is endometrial adenocarcinoma. I was at stage 1, grade 2. So it's cancer in the womb, which is uterine cancer. That is what I had and what I was diagnosed with. I had a stage, a grade. So what was happening was my cancer was traveling so far into the uterine wall that it was going into my muscles. It was not precancerous, it was actual cancer. So that's very much the reason why I've been having a lot of anxiety around the fact that my cancer could have spread, and thankfully it did not. This is unfortunately something that I'm gonna have to deal with for the rest of my life. Anyone can get cancer, but someone who has had cancer before, it's easier for it to happen again. Anyways, I'm going to end this video. I hope that you guys did enjoy it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
All right, yeah. I will say I don't know why people are stuck on this. It was just precancerous cells bullshit. It was not. She actually showed us the diagnosis and the results. I recall somebody in Tree Boy Ilya's Discord posting a screen cap, and people were like, she said that on Reddit, people were like, I can't read it, it's too blurry, but we could all read it just fine. And it said exactly what Amberlynn just said. So, people just need to give it up. She had cancer. She had a hysterectomy to get rid of the cancer from her body. So, I don't know why people have such an issue with this. Anyway, I'm glad the issue isn't any more serious than a kidney stone, which kidney stones can become problems. So, I mean, that could be an issue down the road if she starts getting them more. But, yeah, I am glad it's not anything more serious. I do think she could have told us that information at the end of the last video, because I'm sure she had the results before that video uploaded. But yeah, again, I think I said everything else I needed to say during the video. She needs to get with mental health professionals. She needs to work with people to fix her mental issues with food and everything else, and get coping mechanisms in place and learn how to deal with things. But all that being said, just again real quick, I will be out of town Thursday and Friday. I'll be back late Friday night. So if anything's uploaded those days, I will not be able to do anything. So I hope you all have an amazing rest of the week, and until next time, be safe and take care.